What's up, everybody? Jensen Cummings here. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Important topic, from micromanaging to empowering. This is such a fundamentally important issue in this industry. I myself have had such an up and down struggle with this.
So a little bit of my challenge is, and everybody says this, is that you shouldn't employ your family, but in my situation, my mom helps me work at the store. She's a receptionist type of role. My brother is technical engineer for our website and for all this stuff. He also helps out here. So, and the challenge there is, kind of the expectation that you have. If you have someone that you're paying and you have an expectation for them, if they don't meet that expectation, well, then there's going to be consequences. You can kind of use that as leverage, right? But if it's your mom and she, maybe doesn't do something up to your expectation, then that gets a little bit tricky of how to navigate that, right? Like, how do you say it in a kind way that's trying to be constructive and stuff when it's someone that's in your family? That's incredibly difficult.
You know the struggle that you're talking about so well. It's the best of times, worst of times, same thing. Both Jordan and I have co-founded our businesses with our wives. My younger brother has worked for me, and so the family ties are strong, right? Yet also then sometimes, do you fire a family member? How do you know what I mean? That's a reality that you have to navigate.
You kind of said it, Eric. It really depends on your expectations. If they're meeting your expectations and you're not paying them, great. But if they're not meeting your expectations and you're not paying them, you have to make a call of what is the incremental value that I'm going to get from hiring someone externally that can meet my expectations. And sometimes it's kind of it is a bit of a leap of faith because you haven't seen it done.
When you get someone that is from the outside, who's not a family member, you put an immense amount of trust that they're going to at least try to care about it as much as you do. So I remember the very first time that I had to leave the food truck in the hands of somebody else. I had to be out of town, and it was that's all I was thinking about. It was terrifying. Yeah. So, to me, it's that trust. It's that hoping that they are going to give it as much effort as you do every single day.
Here's the thing, Eric. They will never care as much as you care. Right. They just can't. It's just not theirs. And that's okay. They don't have to. What you need to build is the right amount of care and the right amount of empowerment and the right amount of systems, technology, any kind of system recipes, anything like that puts them in a position to have the tools to succeed.
As you kind of grow, it's easy to think, at leleast when we were younger, I can do these things, or I can just get I can get a junior person to do this. But they're gonna hit a ceiling, and it's gonna be up to you to determine whether or not you need someone past that ceiling, and if you can kind of get them there. And so for us, it's I felt I can keep stretching and I can do this thing, and I'll just hire this junior person to take it on. And then when I hired someone full-time to do it, not only did they do that job 10 times better than that junior person, but they thought of 10 times more things that I wasn't thinking about of how to make it better.
I've funded and sourced the entire business by myself, either with credit cards or with, doing small services, tent services at the very beginning. So we're actually completely solvent at this point and owe no debt. So that's something that I'm pretty proud of.
You have a good understanding of your economics. That should help you pitch the vision of saying, I want to be 3 food trucks by the end of this year. And here's what I need to do it. And you can buy into this. I've already proved that it can work. I'm operating one, it's profitable, X, Y, and Z, and I've done these things. And that story alone, you're already ahead of most people, because most people are still paying off the debt and trying to get a good sense of credit. Yep. What I'm trying to say is you're in a way better place to be able to sell a strong story because you have proof that it works.
The most important thing that Jordan said is you have to tell that compelling story. And this is everything we've talked about thus far and will continue to be a thing. The only thing I care about is your story. It's the only thing that is ever going to matter, right? If on paper you have the numbers and all of those things, look, the food better be good, you better have a sharp brand, all of these things, these are matter of fact. These are not the things that are going to set you apart from the market. It's going to be the human capital, the way that you invest in that, and the way that you tell a compelling story so that marketing person is ride or die with you. They're not going to be at your level. They're not going to care as much as you, but they are in it because you have the vision and you're pointing a clear direction for that vision so that they can be the best of themselves when they work within your team. So that compelling story goes in all directions. Employees need it, customers need it, investors need it.